Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I thought that this morning I will record two challenges instead of one because they are easy challenges, and I thought it would still be nice to do them even if they're easy because you use methods in JavaScript that it's good to be familiar with. So the first one is called string ends with, and it says complete the solution so that it returns true if the first argument string passed in ends with the second argument, also string. So we have to check if the first string has at the end of it the second string, right? We return true here and we return false here because it doesn't end with D, it ends with C. So we are gonna say train, and I'm going to copy the starting function in Visual Studio Code, and I'm just going to say, and that's why I wanted to do the challenge, this one and the next one, because basically we can learn methods by doing even easy challenges. What could I use here? How could I do it? And there is actually a method in JavaScript that I just found out recently that it actually exists. I didn't know it exists. I knew something like that existed in Ruby, but I didn't know it. We have it in JavaScript as well. So what we can say is return string. So the first string ends with ending. So basically, this is going to return either true or false. If this one ends with the second string, then it's going to return true. Otherwise, it's going to return false. Right? So this should work. Let's copy that in there and test it. And it works. And we attempt it and it works, and we are submitting it. Right? The noise. Okay. So yeah, some people do some complicated stuff, but I can see a lot of other people have had the same solution. So yeah, remember the method. You can use it in quite a few situations. Now on to the next one. We have another challenge called even and odds, and this one says this kata is about converting numbers to their binary or hexadecimal representations. If a number is even, convert it to binary. If a number is odd, convert it to hex. Okay, so I will copy the starting function for this one as well. And what we want to say is something like this. If num modulo 2 so what we're saying here is if num modulo 2, so basically what we're saying here is if num modulo 2 is 1, because num modulo 2 can be either 0 or 1, right? I think I have a video about the modulo operator. The modulo operator basically gives you the reminder, so it can be, when you do modulo 2, you can only have 0 or 1. So we're saying if num modulo 2, which actually is checking that num modulo 2 is 1. So we're saying if this is equal to 1, then we want to transform it to what are they saying? Convert it to hex. And we have this method in JavaScript that's called toString, and it's basically converts a number to a string. But you cannot actually pass in here when you call the method. You can actually pass it a base. So if I pass the base 2, it's gonna convert it to binary. If I past 16, it's gonna convert it to hexadecimal and so on. So we're gonna say, but instead of saying this if like this, we could use a ternary operator, because we could say if this, then return that, or return like num2 string of 16, but we can use a ternary operator instead. So we can say return, we're saying return, and then we're using the ternary operator, and we're doing like this. So basically, I'm going to link here a video about the ternary operator in case you don't know it. I have a video about it. So we're going to say if num modulo 2 is like true t, which would mean this is 1, then we're returning num to string 16. Else we're returning num to string 2, because it says if it's odd, convert it to hex, otherwise to binary, right? And we can actually make this even shorter, because we can get this condition, and we can just say num to string, and in here we can just say the condition in here, num modulo 2, then 16 else 2, right? So we're basically doing the ternary inside here, and we're choosing between whatever we want in this parenthesis, either 16 or 2. All right, so let's check this out. Oh, but after we basically change it to string and to hexadecimal or binary, we want to change back to an integer. So we want to say we want to put, if we put a plus here, it's gonna, if you put a plus before a string, it's gonna basically transform it to a number. So we should try this. Try it out. Expected 10 instant. Oh, so yeah, actually they actually they expect string, they don't expect us to change it back to and it wouldn't actually work, because with hexadecimal you can actually have letters in it, so we're just gonna leave it as string. Yeah, so let's check this out. Test, and it works. Attempt, and it works, and submit. Alright, I hope you enjoyed these two challenges. If you did learn something, please give a like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.